Hey loves, it's me again, PSI from the Orange Counter. This honestly wasn't planned at all. My 6-year-old niece requested donuts because she lost a tooth, which I found really funny because in a day, it wasn't like that. Once you lose a tooth, your parents would just tell you to throw it up on the roof and forget all about it. But now, you lose a tooth and suddenly, it's a call for treats. Anyway, I wasn't feeling too well, but I still wanted to make these donuts for her. I couldn't eat the dough as much as I wanted, but this is how it turned out. I hope she loves it and I hope you do too. Let's get started. Let's start by scalding the milk so it has time to cool before mixing the dough. In a saucepan, add 2/3 cup of milk and place it on a low-medium heat. Stir to prevent a film from forming and don't let it boil. Once it starts steaming, take it off the heat and pour it into a measuring cup to cool. You can use a food thermometer like I'm doing here. We will need the milk to cool to about 114 or 15 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's warm but not too hot to kill the yeast. In a large mixing bowl, combine 1 cup of flour, a 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast, and whisk that together. Now add in your 1/4 cup of oil, your scalded and cooled milk, 2 egg yolks, and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Mix until everything comes together. We'll proof this for about 10 minutes. Cover it with a cling film until bubbles start to form on the surface. After 10 minutes, add the remaining 1.5 cups of flour and mix it in with a spatula. When it starts coming together, go in with your hands and mix until it forms a rough dough. Then, lightly flour your work surface. Transfer the dough onto it and knead until it becomes soft and slightly smooth. Just enough so it's no longer sticky. At this point, I just knew I couldn't keep kneading anymore. My arms were tired and this was the best I could do. I just hope it turns out great. So this is the consistency you're looking for. When you press your finger gently into the dough, it should bounce back. that means it's ready. If it doesn't, you can keep kneading a little more to get it smoother. But this was what I got, and honestly, it felt just right, soft and a little bouncy. I went ahead and oiled my bowl just lightly, then placed the dough inside. I covered it with cling film and let it rest for about an hour to rise. After about an hour, my dough had risen beautifully. Just look at that. Now, this is the fun part. I'm going to gently punch down the dough to release the air. It's honestly one of my favorite parts. It's so satisfying to do. I then went ahead and floured my work surface and transferred the dough onto it. Then I rolled it out, not too thin and not too thick, and used my donut cutter to cut out my rings. From this, you could get about 12 pieces, depending on the size of your cutter. It might be a little more or less. If you don't have parchment paper, here's a little tip. Just dust your baking pan with flour before placing your donut rings on it. That way, they won't stick once they rise. Cover with a cling film and let it rest for about 45 minutes. My oil was already heated and ready to go, so I went ahead and dropped in the first 2 donuts. I made sure not to overcrowd the pan. You just want to give them space to fry evenly. I fried them for about a minute on each side until they turned this beautiful golden brown. Just look at that color, it's so tempting already. You want to keep an eye on them so they don't burn. Once both sides are golden, take them out and place them on a paper towel to drain any excess oil. So you just keep repeating the process until all your donuts are fried and beautifully golden brown. Once all the donuts were fried, I placed them on a cooling rack to cool down a bit before coating. For the coating, I'm using 2 spreads, melted chocolate and Biscoff. I'll dip half of each donut into the melted spread, some with chocolate and some with Biscoff. And I'm finishing them off with sprinkles because one thing I know about my niece is she loves sprinkles. And, well, it also adds a little pop of color. So this is how they turned out. Soft, fluffy, and golden. And honestly smell amazing. I really hope she loves these and I hope you do too. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!